I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times.
You poor man.
But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the Welcome Break services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
That's a bit weird. Look at that sky. It's not the best sky I've seen in a game. But Skyrim, for example, has some damn good skies. But it's not a bad sky. It's realistic, I'd say. Right, so there's some boats down there. But there's also this little side track that I want to know first, because currently I'm having a very good experiences with boats. And there's that damn radio tower with Sauron at the top watching us with his evil red eye. Yes, I know what I just said. It's true. Maybe I have the ring. Maybe that's what all this is about. Look at all them. Is this that ship that was carrying the yogurt or whatever? I don't even know. The guy said he had problems with the bacteria in his gut, so maybe a good old Yakult would clear that up for him. You see, it's simple common sense. That's what people need more of these days. So I could turn down towards the boats.
An imagined answer phone message. The tyres are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
Alright then. But anyway, as I was saying, I could go down to the boats or I could go around here, and I think I'll be going to the boats eventually anyway. What does that say? Something did he echt nor drink. Neither did he eat nor drink? Is that what that's meant to say? Oh, this doesn't go anywhere. There's a boy out there. Not a boy as in a person, but as in, you know, the floaty things they put in water, you know. Just trying to avoid confusion. Oh, just a second. Terribly sorry about that. I might have to do a small cut there, so if you do notice that, well, you will notice it now, I've just told you about it, but don't worry about it. So, rusty old cargo ships. My favourite. So, will this yield a... oops. Oh. Derp. Will this yield a depressing little monologue? Because, well, I like the sound of the guy's voice. It soothes me. Anything? Just big, empty, dead boat that isn't scary at all. And it creaked at me. It's like an empty container. What's that? Is that like the back of the boat? I'm not going in the water. No. I could go down here though. This headland. What an odd place to have a random bit of fence. Right. So does 9, yeah, that's definitely... Is there another word before that? And? And neither did he eat nor drink? That's
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Was that a clue? Do I have to... I really don't want to go in the water, so I'm gonna head up that way. See if I can find anything interesting. Because, yeah, there is holes in the boat, but they actually just look like black bits of texture rather than actual holes. So I doubt I'd be able to get in there. So, back up the beach away from the ghost ships. There's that boy blinking out to sea there.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when we're still half submerged in anesthetic. Your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh, has someone been killed in a car accident? Because you did say something about seatbelts earlier. Ooh, the plot thickens. So, it's such a lonely game. This is quite possibly the polar opposite to Call of Duty. I mean, if you know the type of person who thinks that all games are like that, if you showed them this, their head would probably explode.
When I first looked
Whoa,
into
that's
the
a big
shaft,
hole.
I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
Oh, whoa. You know I've got to jump down there, right? For science. Oh, I can't save. So, maybe I don't have to jump down there. Oh, ew. That was a deep hole. So apparently my guy has kidney stones. That must suck. Can I get round the other side of this giant hole of terror? Oh, the urge to jump in. Is that water at the bottom? Maybe I could make that. Balls to it, Geronimo! Shit.
Come back.
What the hell? Okay, that was weird. Where am I? Oh, there's like a... Okay, I'm getting out of here. That looks like a house over there. So I jump into the hole. There's some really weird noise, and then suddenly I'm alive again. Oh look, there's a... Is this like a little farming community thing? I don't know.
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft, and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
So I was right in thinking I have to go to the giant radio aerial antenna thing. There it is. I'm coming for you, Sauron. Ooh, the music. Creepy strings.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
How sad. Poor crazy Viking shepherd man. Yeah, light goes on, light goes on. Oh. What's with all the... I don't even know what that is. It's a lot of arrows. You see, I don't know whether these things are something I should be making note of, or just, like, for flavour. For example, those chemical formulae in the picture of brain cells back in that cave, they can't be somehow related to the story, can they? And I mean, that one's just like swirls. Oh, this place looks delightful.
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
What is this? What is that? Is it like an ultrasound? It's like sheet music here. Bird eggs. Some notes. Oh, maybe it's the scan of this guy's kidney stones. This must be where he sort of lives then. Bit of a crap place to live, mate. Sheesh. And of course the mug has chemical symbols on it. Of course it does. Oh, cave. I'm going in there, aren't I? Well, look, how do I even get to that? Wait a minute, there's something in there. You saw that, right? There was something moving in that cave. Okay, I'm a little bit scared now. But it's okay, I've got you, my viewers. Or viewer, probably. I don't expect this to get many views. But I have you for company. There's another cave down there. Do I have to go down to that cave and then up to that one? Because there's something in there and I'm scared. Oh great, more broken boats. Quick tip, if you're a sailor, don't
He
come
left his
near
body
this
to the
place.
medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver,
Ew.
scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Okay, so my guy might have syphilis then. Lovely.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. His fingernails were raw and bitten to the quick. They found the phosphorescent moss that grows in the caves deep
That's
under
what
the
those
moon.
things are written in.
Whatever he'd been doing under the island when his strength began to fail is lost. He'd struggled halfway up the cliff again, perhaps in a delirium, perhaps trying to reach the Bothy's fire before curling into a stone and expiring.
So those symbols and that, the glowy stuff, that was phosphorescent moss. That's why they glowed. Okay, we're heading into the creepy cave of things that move now. I'm definitely going to watch this footage back after this, because there was something in there. I swear.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg.
Ow, my
I think the
leg.
femur is broken. It is clear it is infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves. Winter tides
Those
against my
noises are
shoreline,
not
drowning
encouraging.
out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the Bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Well, this is sodding foreboding. Death Valley there, and oh god, here goes. Goodbye, world. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bit of spazzing there. Getting quite a lot of FPS drop actually. Sometimes happens when I fraps things. Looks fine for a while, then starts to drop. Stalactites, stalagmites. Oh god, this is going to be another level transition, isn't it? Well, see you next video.